it's become very personal for me rather than commercial. Like I would have gotten HR because at that time everybody else was doing. How will you enjoy if you do not have a good health?
It's not easy, but having that belief within us that yes, we can do it, it's commendable. As they say, do what you love to do and you will never work a single day. And today, our guest truly lives by this philosophy. Wishing you all very good luck, because today you will be talking to someone who has re-engineered her career multiple times. She started her career in HR, then she shifted and re-engineered her career by starting her business that celebrates artistry and that celebrates cultural heritage through her handcrafted products. If you are not surprised enough, she started again making waves by doing consultancy in health coaching business. And now she's making waves by empowering lives and making them live a balanced life, a helpful life, and a purposeful life. Please join me in welcoming our guest today. She's none other than Sheetal Saigal. A very good evening to everyone and welcome to another exciting episode of Reengineered Podcast and myself Madhusmita Nayak. Welcome Sheetal to our podcast.
Thank you so much, Madhu, for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
And it's brilliant to see, and it's very rare to see where people have re-engineered so many times and diversified industries when you have a very settled job in HR. I think almost more than a decade.
More than a decade.
Yes, and then you moved to promote.
More than 2 decades, actually.
2 decades,
yes.
Yeah. And then moved and transitioned to something like artistry, which is completely out of your comfort zone. And now again moved back to something which is really mindful. That is your health coaching.
Correct.
What actually was the driving force to make you do all this?
See, Madhu, the transition from HR to entrepreneurship, the driving force was much deeper than, something much deeper than just a career shift. So I do remember that during the COVID pandemic, we all were kind of made to slow down and we got the time to self-introspect. And I found a growing urge within me to develop something on my own at that time. And it was a deeper calling from within. And especially for the health thing also, it was an ongoing thing at that time also because my dad was keeping unwell. So health was there always. So it was not a shift which has happened sudden. But yes, I wanted to develop something which aligned with my values, my passion and my creativity. Mm-hmm. And I was always interested in handcrafted things. So that was one thing which I wanted to do, and my family, my husband, he's been extremely supportive all throughout. So wherever there was a little bit of push required, my family, my sister, my kids and my husband, they all have encouraged me, and that's how it all started.
Brilliant. And when you left HR, right, and because it needs a different skill set, right, for doing an entrepreneurship journey. So what skill set from HR, being in HR field for such a long time, actually you applied when you moved to entrepreneurship?
See, the common factor in whatever I've been doing so far, even in health, even while I got into my artistry business, it's people. Right. So in HR, I learned how people management and how to understand my candidates and, fostering their growth. Similarly, in health, I'm understanding people mentally, physically, what they're going through and helping them achieve their transition and being a part of their transitional journey. And even in artistry, I was providing is, I'm still providing is, that whatever people, it resonates with people's values and emotions, what I can source and I can provide them with certain handcrafted products. So I think people is one thing which I've used in all aspects of my journey. So journey is never linear, that I understand, and I firmly believe that, everything happens for a purpose. And probably this was my purpose, to do many things. I have still so much within me. I have a singer within me also.
Yeah.
So everything is, trying to, take a center stage. And anytime, even that can take a center stage. So I just feel extremely energetic, and especially at this age, to do many things. And everything is centered around people.
So you are so energetic and passionate, and this actually is the underlying factor that what you come up with, you do it.
Correct.
And because you mentioned people, right? And you understand people and you understand the requirements and then you deliver that. So is this also a factor to improve your satisfaction level of your clients that you have?
But of course, I mean, that's how I think it is working also well with me, because I'm not a medical doctor, right? So whatever is within scope of my expertise, which is also not to just offer advice, offer health advice. Everything is very much available on the net, what people want to know. It's more of motivating them and being a part of being an emotional support throughout their journey. And, I myself have gone through a lot of ups and downs in my health. And I always wanted to be a coach, which I wish I had during my journey, where I myself have undergone, a lot of things like, trying to find balance and feeling demotivated and dealing with setbacks. At that time, you need a coach who's there to push you, to motivate you, more than just offering a health advice. Of course, I help them, go through a lot of good health changes, and mentally and physically. But other than that, I think I want to be more supportive and create a platform where they find the emotional support also while going through the lasting journey.
So it is more of a moral support, emotional support,
Yes.
where they find some platform to share their views and opinions.
Correct.
And on the other side, have you ever heard any critics or any kind of comments because all the solutions based on health are more trusted when it is a medical practitioner, right? And over health business or health coaching. But over the years, we have seen a lot of transactional improvement that has happened in health business, coaching business especially. So do you think, have you heard about any criticism based on that?
Yes, I do have, and I understand the skepticism, because health coaching is a growing business. But I also do believe that health coaching fills a huge gap which a traditional medical system overlooks, which is a holistic and a lifestyle shift, where health coaches are helping a lot. I understand that many of them would not be having, the required experience or training. There can be a flip side to that also. But I believe health coaching is not about being a medical doctor, and it's about getting their emotional support also throughout their journey. So wherever a person connects, and that's how I said, people comes, that plays a very important role in how you connect with your health coach also. And that I think any client of mine probably will understand in a week's time that whether it will work or not.
Yeah.
So it's not just about offering advice. So I feel that, having a health coach really helps. Of course, you need to find a right one.
Yeah.
Need to find, yes.
Saying that, when you say to find a right one, what is that one advice you want to give to our audience? Like how to find out a good health coach?
I personally feel, I don't know right or wrong, but since I've gone through my own journey in health, and I've got my loved one also go through health struggles, so it's become very personal for me rather than commercial. So how I in fact decided to help individuals, also because it became very personal for me, and I've also gone through my own journey, so I understand my clients better. So somebody who's just probably done certification has not gone themselves through whatever the steps or the setbacks, then it gets a little difficult for somebody to connect with the person. So whenever I start my consultation, I always first share my journey, that how I've been through ups and downs, and then I think that's how they connect well, and then they kind of open up about their issues also, whether it is mental also. So many times they've started discussing about the weight they want to lose, and we end up discussing the anxiety and the sleeplessness, and
which are the driving factors.
The driving factors, which I don't know how many of us are aware that reflects on our health and our weight as well. So it's not just about losing kilos, it's about having a holistic health change.
Brilliant. So that means as a consumer or as a client, we should be looking out their personal journey of the coaches whom we can relate to, apart from all technical qualifications that we look into.
Correct, because health coaches are not medical doctors, right? So neither, medical dietitians, most of them. So there, I think their personal journey definitely helps a lot. If I had to choose a health coach, that would have been my parameter, first of all.
Okay.
That how will she understand what I'm going through? So that's how I think that's extremely critical.
You have mentioned your dad's health got you a big turning point in your career, in your life. So can you elaborate a bit on that, like how it has impacted both in your personal and professional transition that you had?
Yes, my dad's health was a major turning point in my life. In fact, it was there for quite a prolonged time, where he was first diagnosed with myeloma cancer, and then he had liver issue, and because of the the medication whatever was given to him. So I somehow realized that when a loved one goes through some medical struggles, it makes you realize how fragile life can be. Then you kind of sit and assess,
back, yeah.
Yes, that what really matters in life. Before that, life was quite hunky-dory, like everything is good. But suddenly if something like this strikes, then you kind of realize that, you got just one life, and what exactly is your calling, what you want to do. Like I would have gotten HR because at that time everybody else was doing. Yes, the good thing is that I understood that, I love being with people, I love interacting, and that's how I was kind of successful there. Yes, but was it my calling? I don't think so, because I wanted to do something more hands-on and personal, but with people.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think that helped me reassess and, take a step back and again come out with something which I really wanted to do.
You found your purpose and you found your calling when actually you went through a certain setback.
Correct.
So is this the factor also that defines a person when they found their purpose? Or what is a technique someone can use actually to find their purpose?
It's very difficult to say how, because everybody has a very different trigger point. I mean, when and how. I think most of us, we definitely found out something during COVID. That's what I feel, that 2 years, 1.5 years precisely, when you were at home and not doing anything, and you're sitting, and then you kind of, everybody has gone through their bit of struggles. Somebody came up with, they felt that, they can do something else, or somebody felt depressed, and there were a lot of ups and downs people went through. But I think everybody has a very different trigger point. Mine was, yes, my dad's health was one which made me realize. Somebody else can be just when they turn 50 and they realize, that my half of life is gone and now I can do something else. So it can be a happy moment also. It can be a tragedy also. So each one to its own, I would say.
Yeah, because the question this I'm asking, because when you pause, because we keep doing many things, and
Correct.
as you said, you're so passionate, and passionate people try to do many things at a time, right?
Yes.
But when actually we pause and look back, we find our inner calling.
Yes.
And then we decide like which one is our priority, and we go through that.
Yes.
Similarly, when you started transition from one career to another, what do you think actually is your true calling?
See, transition from one career to another, I do not feel it that ways, because I feel reinvention is a strength. Like your re-engineering, what you call, is a strength and not a weakness at all. Like so many people would think that, changing career or shifting career would reflect as a lack of dedication or focus. Correct? But I would say that reinvention is a strength, because not everybody can do it. Everybody gets into their comfort zone, and you've got a stable career, and how many of us would have that courage to come out of it
and to push the boundaries,
the boundaries, because everything has got their lows and highs. Correct? So low is definitely you get a financial hit, you do go through self-doubt, you do go through certain moments of uncertainty also. But I feel that life calling can come anytime, and everything happens for a purpose, and it can come at any stage of your life. Right now I'm 48, but I still feel that I've got plenty left to do with me.
It feels good when you say that you have plenty left to do. And if you look back, right, what is one of the biggest achievement and accomplishment you have done, you feel proud of?
I feel proud of, Madhu, right now, that I am able to do what I actually wanted, because I can feel the passion coming from within. So I feel that probably this was what I was meant to do all this while. And it takes a lot of courage and willpower and mental strength to reach where you want to. I understand, like, for example, at one point of time, I also wanted to get into performing arts. Like, I wanted to be a singer, and, I still keep on singing all the while. but I understand the struggles in that industry and everything. So I took a step back and sat down. But right now, whatever I can do, it's more hands-on, and because it's so personal, I'm able to do things very passionately, and that's how I'm connecting with people. And that's giving me a lot of satisfaction.
And you are empowering people to develop them to find out a balanced way of living, like both physically, mentally, and they're changing their lifestyle too. So can you tell a bit of your journey, like how your lifestyle got transitioned?
All right. So I was quite an overweight person all my life. I'm a, how do I say that? I also went through a medical struggle, in the sense I was detected by this fatty liver, and I was quite an overweight, quite a foodie. I'm still a foodie, but now I know how to manage it.
You look
and
like
that's
in
how
your 30s now. Like
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. As I say, it's all like whatever is within your mind, it starts reflecting on your face. I might not be looking that young, but I'm saying that it still reflects on my face that I'm a happier individual. I can say that very confidently. And I've been through my even weight issues, even my fatty liver issues. I have done my share of stress eating a lot, that I became overweight. Every time I used to shed 14, 15 kgs and then again regain, because I did not know how to do it properly. And again, as I would gain weight, it was not just about gaining weight. I would gain stress as well. I would think that by eating I will release my stress, but it kept on increasing. So I did not know what exactly works for me. And that's how, because now I've been through my journey, I know what worked for me for last 4-5 years. It's working so well that I want to help other individuals also.
Yeah, because you were lacking that. Like no
I was
one was
lacking
there to support you and take you through that journey.
Correct.
Yeah, and
Correct.
that's
To motivate me, I mean, because it sometimes gets very difficult. You start the journey, but sometime in between, you're not getting result and you're not seeing anything on the scale, you tend to feel demotivated. There are setbacks, you've done everything right, and 2 days later you see that your weight has increased. There are many questions which come, that you've been eating right, what happened? And it's not just about what goes in your mouth. It's also about whether you slept well that night or not, whether you were thinking all night something and you got up all bloated. There were so many factors which I had no clue to. So, but when I went through my certifications, I kept on reading on various health journals. I kept on collaborating with a lot of health officials now. I do listen to a lot of podcasts, on health. And I now, because by the virtue of talking to so many clients, I've gained my experience, and it's made me a much, much happier individual, that I'm making some difference in somebody's life.
And what is the biggest self-discovery that you have done? Like, because now you have transitioned from Sheetal, I think, when you were overweight, to 30, 35, and now Sheetal at 48, who is like looking so good and slim and trim. What is one biggest self-discovery that you found out?
One self-discovery is that I still have lots within me, and I can do it at any age. Because there was a time at around, say, when kids are growing up and you are so much into your house and you sit and you're not doing anything for yourself, that you tend to believe that maybe now the time is up.
Okay.
And I see a lot of women of my age, totally giving up on themselves. This was what was meant to be, and we were meant to just raise kids and not do anything, whatever. Everybody has some talent in themselves and they are passionate about something, but it just goes so deep inside. It kind of, it's suppressed totally. So the biggest discovery is that in my entire journey is that I can do anything. I can do many things also, not just one. Fearless,
right?
Fearless, like, and happier.
Happier.
Correct.
And one advice to such women who are listening to us today, one advice that you want to give them?
Get out of your shell. Everybody has talent. Everybody has some deep set passion somewhere. And life is not linear. The journey is never linear. So just take it, follow whatever life gives you. I think that's the biggest thing.
And start, we will find a way. Like, yes, whatever you are believing, you just start it.
You just start it. Just take a leap of faith. And you will definitely find your way. And keep moving forward. Progress is also sometimes, taking a step back and moving forward.
Moving forward. And that is what the principle of reengineering also.
Correct.
Just take a pause, look back, and what worked out, what didn't work out.
Correct. Correct.
will see what is actually will take you forward.
Yes, Madhu, and I must definitely commend that you're doing a wonderful job, because you're giving platform to people like me to be able to share my journey, and that can inspire so many. Even if I'm able to inspire one or two women, out of millions, lakhs, even that has solved the purpose, and I think that's a wonderful thing you're doing.
Thank you so much. You are a role model for many actually, because changing job with such a stable income and getting into something which you have never tried, it's not easy. But having that belief within us that yes, we can do it, it's commendable. And you're proving that.
Thank you so much.
And you said that you are a singer and you have that passion for singing, and we all know that. And can you tell few of the achievements and to our audience what you have achieved already in singing domain?
In singing, all right. So I had taken music even during my undergrad. It has been my subject. I've also done my masters from Prayag Sangeet Samiti, Allahabad, separately, privately, because otherwise my subject, I was an economics student. And then I got a scholarship, National Talent Search Scholarship from Government of India as well. And then what other achievement is that I was selected in Voice of UAE also. So I was among the top 10 participants in Voice
of... Which year
of...
it was?
It was 2017.
So many hidden talents, yeah.
No, but at that time, I came, again, I'm saying 2017, I had stopped singing. But that thing came, and again, my husband encouraged me, and, he took me for the initial auditions and the rounds, which they call. And I thought that, I can again start singing. And that's how that passion came up. And now I just keep singing and keep posting it also, just to, keep it alive.
See, we definitely will love to hear something from Voice of UAE, right? 2017 winner. So anything that you want to sing, just 2 lines for our audience?
Okay. So ghazal is my genre. All right. So I'll just sing 2 lines. Aaj jaane की जिद ना करो, आज जाने की जिद ना करो, मेरे पहलू में बैठे रहो, मेरे पहलू में बैठे रहो, आज जाने की जिद ना करो, हाय मर जाएंगे हम तो लुट जाएंगे, ऐसी बातें किया ना करो, आज जाने. Thank you.
Brilliant. And how many hidden talents you have, like health coaching, HR, people skills, and audience, if you want to know, the brooch I'm wearing, it is also from her handcrafted business, and she is brilliant in doing that. If you can see, it's so beautiful. Sheetal, can you tell the name of your company?
It's Lloyd & Braun, and we kind of create this also. Let me tell the audience that this was created on Madhu's demand, that she wanted something big and Roche, and that's how I always create as per my clients' emotions and the likings. So that is one of the creations based on her, and it's looking fabulous on you.
Thank you so much. And this is how it feels proud when you interview a multi-talented personality, and also who is a very close friend of mine, saying that how, Sheetal, you are planning to leave your legacy behind, and how you have translated such courage and encouragement and talent and your passion to your younger ones, to your future generation.
See, Madhu, my way of parenting, everybody has a very different way of parenting, has always been to lead by example. I have never preached anything to my kids, whether it is about health. I want to, mention that my son, he's just 15-year-old, And I don't know how and from where he got the motivation for a transformation from complete junkie, like he used to eat like only junk food, to an absolute transformed 4-5 packs, 15-year-old right now only eating healthy food. Never. So I don't know, I never told him, about anything. My daughter also at the same time, the kind of personality she has now become, and the character she shows, I just feel that kids don't need to be told anything.
They're seeing you
they're
as
just
an
seeing
example.
us, passively. You should not, I don't know, everybody has a very different way, but I personally feel you should not tell them do's and don'ts, what to do, and you can just keep on doing things and they just keep learning. I think it's a very natural process, and that's how I want to leave them with also. They can keep looking at me and whatever I'm doing, and probably this will let my daughter also know that women can do anything at any age, and so my son, that it's not that one line only you have to follow. You can follow your heart.
Beautiful. And how this has impacted to in your family and you in your friend circle, how you are setting up as a role model?
That's a tough question. Most of my friends initially used to say, oh my God, why you have become such a bore, you don't eat anything out and all that. From that, definitely transition has happened. So now whenever we meet in the afternoon for lunches, because I feel the dinner should be very light and all those things. For a very long time, even when I had not taken up health coaching professionally, I used to give unsolicited advice to everyone, which can be, could have been very annoying also at that time. But I feel, and I could see certain changes happening. So, everybody has started, mindfully eating, and I just hope it keeps on, going the way it is going.
And your smile shows that all, right? Like how you have changed their perception to mindful eating from junk eating.
Oh yes. I think that change is quite visible. And a few of my close friends, I think they have kind of transformed in their outlook also.
Okay.
Towards life.
So seeing so many achievements, if you remember, what is one of that hardest roadblock that you have encountered?
Hardest roadblock? Since I've started, since this transition has happened, personally, I would not call it a roadblock. I would call it moments of uncertainty.
Okay.
It was never a roadblock because I never stopped. Because when you have a supportive partner, then he takes care of the harder part of the life. So I kept on moving, and he kept on telling me to keep trying and never give up. But I would say the first was the financial hit, that you're so used to getting something
stable
every. And that's how my I would say that my artistry business helped me, because commercially speaking, any business venture, when you start up, it has to be scalable, and the goal has to be profitability. Correct? Otherwise, you won't be able to carry on with it.
Make it sustainable.
So my health coaching and my artistry business, it was going hand in hand. It was parallelly happening. So
and
it was not that
complementing
each other. Yes, and I'm enjoying much more in my health coaching because it's more personal. But it went on, and my financial thing was taken care by my business. And my soul thing was taken care, my personal thing was taken care by my health coaching and interacting with people. So no roadblock as such. You just keep on going with a supportive family by your side. I think one can do anything.
Brilliant. And any message that you want to give to the young aspiring woman, especially, who's looking up to you?
Oh, young aspiring women looking up to me is that stay young. Always. Forever. So staying young doesn't mean how you look, but it's basically how you feel. So feel young all the time. Age is just a number.
And keep pursuing your passion.
Keep pursuing your passion. Never give up, and never ignore your deep callings.
What is in your mind 5 years down the line?
5 years down the line.
Because you have so many things to do.
I think I would. I've already started performing on stage, so I think I will do that more often.
Okay.
I have to still find out what are the platforms in Dubai, because I was doing it in Pune quite regularly. And I'll be the best health coach in town.
Brilliant. And if you see how the health coaching is mushrooming, what is your vision for your health coaching business?
See, the vision for my health coaching business is to create a platform where people feel empowered to take control of their health. As in I don't just want to offer advice to them. I want to create a space where they feel motivated and inspired during their transitional journey.
And you
So
be their partner throughout.
I'll be their partner throughout rather than, a teacher there. So I will move along with them and I'll keep motivating them.
And you lead them by example.
I just hope so.
And
I just hope so.
Yeah. And to our audience, how they can reach out to you for if they want some health advisory, if you can please.
Yeah, you can connect with me on my social media handles, and you can always DM me and I'll be there for you.
Any funny question that you have encountered during your health coaching?
Oh, so many. So probably the one thing is that what if I lose 15 kgs and then I will gain it back? Right? So the motivation, first of all, I really like the confidence that the person thinks that they will be able to lose 15 kgs, and then they have pessimism that they will gain it back.
Also, yeah.
So I think that is one question which is kind of, always brings a smile on my face initially when I talk, that, I like the confidence, but I also like the pessimism, yeah, that, he thinks that gain. And then I think yes, and also I think one thing is very interesting is that my professional fee, for example, yeah, it's not very high, it's quite nominal, but they can spend so much on probably a night out or a dinner out or on their clothes. People don't think twice before spending, on the materialistic things. And the health which will carry on with them all their lives, which is such an integral part with which you can enjoy your life. You can enjoy probably the things which you have acquired, the materialistic things you've acquired. How will you enjoy if you do not have a good health with, supporting you?
Correct.
They think not thrice, but 10 times, and they will ask for like discount and things like that. I do not want to talk commercial with them anyways, but yes, I have to sustain also myself because I'm doing it professionally.
And it's
but I think
profession.
that it sounds really funny that, oh, it's too much, or it's like the fees is too much. So that is one part also which kind of, amazes me at times, because that they think so much, they do not think anything before spending anything on a holiday or food or clothes or brands, but on their health, they have to think twice.
And such kind of clients, how do you handle them?
See, first of all, one needs to know why they want to do it. So I never try and over-convince anyone. See, the point is that a person has to be self-motivated. Anybody who undertakes this journey, right? I can just help them. I cannot get the inside motivation. Correct? It needs to be motivated.
Till the time they are not ready.
Till the time they are not ready, you've come to me. You've come with a certain why. Why do you want to lose? If somebody is extremely overweight and has cholesterol issues, is going through BP issues, and has thyroid problems, is already having health issues, and has come to me for a solution, right? So that person is already self-motivated, has come to me. Correct? So I never try and oversell. I always say, go back, think why you want to do it. What is your goal, first of all? Do you want to just look leaner, or you want to be more healthy? Do you want a sustainable result, or you just want a fast result? Like, I'm getting married next month, I want to lose 10 kgs.
Reduce,
yeah. So what is your goal? So that is one thing I always, everybody and anybody, I ask them to go back, reassess, and come back to me.
It's very good, because till the time they don't do it purposefully, it will be very, just like a one-step moment for them. And after that, they will be again back to that
because it should be an enjoyable journey for both me and my client. Right? That we both, like whenever I get, every day morning, I ask for, their weight and inches and how they're feeling. Every day morning they have to send me in a certain format, and every time a message comes, it brings a smile on my face. That's how I start my morning each day, that I see that that message has come, and even if it's like 200 grams, or I could sleep very well, things like that, messages come, it gives me a very personal satisfaction, and that's, I think, is priceless.
Brilliant. And that shows your people skills. Yeah, like how everyday morning getting message and asking for that message and reciprocating back and replying back and acknowledging and feeling happy about it. 100% people skills. Yeah,
so you can say that. And that's why probably my success rate is also going higher each day, that, everybody is getting result.
Wishing you good luck for all your ventures that you are doing, especially for your health coaching.
Thank you so much, Madhu.
I think this is the this is the need these days. And as you said, finding a right mentor is so important. It's not about just weight loss. It is so much beyond weight loss.
Of course. I always wish I had a coach just like me.
So people are lucky to have you as a coach, because you will inspire them to have a meaningful life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So before we sign off and go to our fun game, so any re-engineered message that you want to give to our audience?
As I said before also, the re-engineered, the reinvention, the re-engineering is a strength. Do not take it ever as a weakness. Even if at any point of time you think that you need to change your career or shift your career because probably you're not feeling much happy in this and you need that support from someone, just go ahead, because it is a strength. It is a mental strength. Absolute.
It's completely mind game.
Absolute.
Yeah.
Totally, I believe. Yeah, it's mind game.
Thank you so much. And now we'll move into the fun game, which we'll be seeing how your response to each of the scenarios, hypothetical scenarios, and we'll see how you're responding as a health coach or a HR expert.
I just hope I do good.
Yeah, definitely, because you will be seeing how much of people's skills you have, and you'll ace it. First scenario, an employee feels completely overwhelmed with stress at work. Do you advise them like an HR expert or a health coach?
Health coach, absolutely, without doubt.
Yeah,
without doubt.
And what your advice will be?
The stress management is an absolutely different process only, so I can explain the entire process to the individual, but stress can be managed only internally. Yeah, and nothing external, no external factor. If somebody has an issue with the boss, that is an external issue. Yeah. That cannot be managed. You cannot change a person. You can change yourself internally. Yes. So I think it's all mental, and you need to get your mental health, on track to be able to manage stress.
Brilliant. Someone is struggling to balance work and personal life. What's your approach?
Give my personal experience. I have been through so many times when my kids were there very young and I was in my full-time job, and how I used to balance, and how I obviously there were times when I was not able to balance. So I give my example and
make it more relatable.
And that's how I think, with the discussion only happening, we come up with a solution.
Nice answer. You are asked to help a team struggling with motivation. Do you give a business talk or a wellness workshop?
I don't know. Maybe it's happening now because I've experienced everything personally, and it was all about health, internal health. I think all the factors I personally have also faced during my corporate experience. Now I feel I could have managed that much better.
Yeah?
Much better. Yeah.
If you know this truth.
Truth.
Right?
Yeah. You know what, Madhu, that it's, how funny it is that whenever we used to hear in an aircraft when we are sitting and they say that, that thing will drop and you first wear oxygen and then you help others, you need to first self-care.
Correct.
And then you can handle anything and everything, whether it is a corporate stress also. Everything goes, everybody goes through office politics and office stress. I think anybody who's working will be able to relate to that. But how you are able to manage, it's all your mental strength. And just self-care and just keep on track.
Brilliant. And one wellness tip that you follow every day?
My morning detox drink.
Wow.
My jeera and fennel water. I just can't live without that.
And how you make it?
I put jeera, cumin and fennel and 1 stick of cinnamon and boil it for 10 minutes, strain and drink. That's how I get up in my first morning drink, and that is one thing I never compromise.
One beauty tip, how to look beautiful like you at 48.
Oh my God, thank you so much. But I seriously do not have any. Stay happy.
Stay happy.
Stay happy. That is the best way to glow and to look beautiful.
Thank you so much. And absolutely brilliant answers like you. Especially the last 2 tips, I think our audience and myself will be taking it, because these small tips actually help you to make beautiful from within outside, right? It has to be from internal, and everything is a mind game.
Everything is a mind game.
Thank you so much. It was pleasure listening to you, especially the kind of people skills that you have mentioned and the courage that you have and the support of your family really makes sense, like how a person can get a courage and also have a passion, and with conviction can do anything, doesn't matter at what point of time.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Madhu, for having me here.
Thank you. And to our audience, if this episode inspired you, then please do share with your loved ones. And stay tuned and listen to our Reengineered podcast every Friday, 6 p.m. We will come up with a transformational story every Friday. And please do share our feedback, our podcast videos with everyone. And stay tuned. And please give your feedback at you@thereengineeredclub.com. We take your feedback very seriously and will revert back to you. Thank you so much. Till then, keep re-engineering for a purposeful and meaningful life. Thank you.